Happy Sunday morning, everybody. It's another day to be great. The SBP is in full effect. I'm your boy Prime Source. What is good?
These frosted flakes, they're good at this moment. We got to get the grub on while we uh talking this good information, these hip hop and sports topics got to be nourished.
We definitely out in these hip hop and sports streets this morning. And I feel you. I'm up in here with the McDonald's steak biscuit. Um yeah, I got the young and one of the youngest here with me today, whatever. And he was like, Pop, I want some McDonald's. So I had to go get the big breakfast. And I didn't really have no time to go in there and sort out the cereal and all that. So I just want to grab the biscuit while we was in there.
Can't be mad at that. Can't be mad at that. We got to be nourished. Let the people know.
Yeah, no doubt. We had to have it. So that's what we do. We talk sports, we talk hip hop. Sometimes we might eat. That's what we do. No doubt. How your week been? Been good?
It's been a good week. Yeah. What's happened this week?
I know you went to a game.
Yeah. Are we gonna talk about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, what did I do on Monday? Actually, I'm having issues right now. I don't know if there is something going on with Serato and Title, but
Mm-hmm.
last night I was live. It just ran through the Clipse album and was started playing joints,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden the music disappeared. That I don't have downloaded, and
Oh
I got
yeah.
this icon pop up. You know how you get like a circle and then it has a cross through it, a line through it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how Title shows all of a sudden. So I tried to re-download it, tried to do a Mac OS update, tried all kinds of stuff. Tidal and Serato are not working together at this moment for me.
Wow.
So I'm struggling out here asking every DJ help, what's going on? So trying to figure it out.
Yeah, trying to shoot. You trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure this out, man. I told you every week they add, I mean for the month amount of money they charge in there, they changing all these features and formats in here in this streaming joint, man.
Hmm.
And it's crazy. I went in this joint this morning. I'm looking. I don't recognize anything. Like they didn't move stuff. Stuff look different. They and I'm like, great. I said, I'm gonna have to. Like I'm gonna have to just get in there and just spin it, man. Like do nothing and just spin it. Just figure all this stuff out. Cause it got stuff in here that I don't even know what it is. And the normal stuff don't look the same, and it ain't even close to being in the same spot. So everything's crazy.
You know what we need?
Well,
We need a younger person to
mm-hmm.
to handle all these
Yeah.
technicalities.
Yeah, well, I told you, man. I'm just waiting for my time to come to hit this lottery. Because when I hit this lottery, it's a wrap. When I'm turning my keys at work and all that, and then I'm gonna be truly. I'm not. Cause Nicole asked me, so what you gonna do? Like, what you gonna do if if you ever didn't have to work anymore? And I said, you know what? Then I'd be 100. Like these people out here with these, you know what I'm saying, these 20 and 30, 40, 50, 100,000 subscribers. Oh, that's all I'll be doing. I have all this, man. Then I can just pay somebody just to look. You ain't gotta do nothing. That's all I need you to do. That's all. I'm gonna
Yeah,
make it more than worth your time. The little bit of time that you got to put in. Yeah,
right.
you don't think you working 2 full-time jobs, bro. I'm gonna take care of you. Just take care of us. We good. That's what I'm gonna do.
That's it. I love it. I love it.
Mhm. I wish I had the time that a lot of these content creators got. I wish I did. I really wish I did because I'd be, you know, full board this joint for real. But as we mentioned, as we mentioned,
Yeah.
we're gonna talk. We're going heavy music again today. Heavy music, but there's one or two things that sports wise that I do want to touch on. And the first thing is I wanted to ask you about your trip because we're going right into WNBA off top. So I know that you took a trip to the WNBA basketball game, your first WNBA basketball game, live game here the other week. How things go?
Man, we had a great time. Had a great time. We went to see the Las Vegas Aces play the Washington Mystics. This game was moved to George Mason University,
Mm-hmm.
and I really didn't understand why until it clicked in my brain this morning. I'm like, clearly it's because of the amount of people that was going to pop up for Asia Wilson, so they needed a larger venue. I'm assuming it's larger than the other place is
Mm-hmm.
in DC. So I was like, oh, that's got to be what it is. But yeah, we had a great time. The fight to get there, that was the fight because traffic was dumb on the way
Mm-hmm.
up. As usual, when we're going towards DC, got up there, got some food, pulled up at the arena. Line wasn't crazy. It was so many entrances that it made the line go smoothly when we got in line. Parking was free, so that was great. Went in, got the freebies, got the Stephanie Dolson pin, and
Mm.
uh,
They love them freebies. I'm trying to tell you.
yeah, man, got the small posters, and then we got our seats. Shout out to my daughter Jada. She the one that put this whole thing together as a surprise
Word
for
up.
me. I can't remember if it was for my birthday or for five. Maybe it must have been for my birthday that she got it. So she took us all. Seats were great. Uh, Only thing that wasn't great was the fact that Asia Wilson was hurt, so she didn't play. Only for her, I posted about it yesterday. Only for her to come back on Saturday afternoon and have 25 and 8 at halftime. I was like, hold on, bro.
Yeah.
You only missed one game, then you come right back and go crazy. And it just happened to be the game that we were at. So whenever you're the fan that's on the losing end of those type situations when players sit out, like in the NBA, when with the what is it called, when the players sit out for rest.
Yeah.
Uh,
Management.
yeah, load management. There it
Load
is, load
management.
management. Um, it wasn't that. She was actually hurt. You saw it on Tuesday
Yeah.
night, and
Scared me.
she landed
Scared
on
me.
her wrist. I thought it was gonna be worse than that for real. I thought she was gonna be out for some weeks, but
Yeah.
she ended up only missing one game. Ended up with 34 last night, or yesterday, I should say. But anyway, so the game we went to, Elena Beer was actually there. Uh,
Word. Okay.
yeah, they showed her and her, I think it was her son, on the big screen at one point. So that was cool. But it was all great. We were right by the the tunnel for the visitors. So the Aces, they came out and went in right beside us, or a little bit below us, I should say. Everybody had fun. Uh yeah, the only thing that could have made it better is, well, two things actually. If Asia would have played,
Mm-hmm.
and if my dog Jack, if Jack would have made that layup.
Hey, that joint. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And that would have been overtime. It would have went to overtime. She was heated. I wasn't mad, but I felt bad for her because she missed like five layups. Not that they were easy layups, but she missed like five.
I
She
saw.
missed like
Yeah.
five. I was
Yeah.
like, them joints was going in and out. It was crazy. But shout out to the Mystics for getting a dub. Oh, and we saw, I don't know where they were actually from, but it was the what's the joint called? Wicked. People from Wicked, I guess the musical
Mm-hmm.
or the live musical, and they sung. One of them did the national anthem. Then she and another person did a performance at halftime. So they were dope. And yeah, it was an overall good time. Um, and we'll be back. We're already planning to go to another game by the end of the season. So yeah.
Yeah. And nothing like a WNBA game, man. I'm glad you went. The homie that invited me weeks ago. The funny thing is, I couldn't wait to tell you this is. Well, I don't think his wife watches podcast, so I'm just gonna say it. So he invited me to go. And I told him the situation when I was contemplating it, hadn't traveled in a minute.
Right.
I think I'm good sitting in the car for a long period of time, but and I said, look, if you don't get anybody, let me know. I might reconsider, but I ain't gonna lie. Some things I might have to move around at work. And I'm already gonna be moving some things around at work over the next few weeks. So I'm like, but just let me know. All right, cool. So he had somebody supposed to go. I don't know what happened with that. His son wanted to go, but his son's girlfriend is something to do. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Something to do when she from college. I don't know what the deal is. But anyway, long story short, he couldn't find anybody. And something went left, so it just came down to him and the wife. And he just kind of felt like he wasn't going to have a good time with wifey, so he kind of played it off and got rid of the tickets. So, and I just thought it was funny. I mean, and then I get it, to each their own. Like in my instance, I've taken Nicole to. She's not the biggest sports fan, not the biggest sports fan, but I've taken her several places. I even took her to Texas. I took her to Texas to a Cowboy game. We've gone to WNBA games, even though she's gracious enough to go with me, knowing that I was going to have my eyes on Candace Parker the whole time. I mean, we've gone to several events. We've gone to other basketball games. So, and she's not the greatest sports fan. She can go sit in a sports bar with me as long as she's eating, and they got Wi-Fi, or she can go through her phone or a book. She good. She good for 4 hours. As long as I'm good, she good. So. But yeah, the homie didn't want to go with the wife, so end result was he resold his tickets.
That's so sad. That's very sad, actually. Oh man. Oh, all I can do is laugh. That's all I can do.
Now, I did tell him to get back at me as well, because I know that before the season's over, I said, you know what? I might be ready to do that. Maybe we'll revisit something if it's somebody good come. To me, at this point, I'd go see just about anybody coming to DC. I don't care. It's the game, baby. It's the game. I'd plan those trips around. Back in the day, I would plan those trips around. Tamika Holsclaw, and I would and Candace Parker, and whoever, Asia. But now I'm the way the W is going. I'm down. Just oh, the Valkyrie's coming? Yeah, I need that. I need that. I might even be down with watching Marina Maybe Chief shot somebody. I mean, that's it is. I mean, it is what it is. It's a game, baby.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that either. I think we'll end up going to see the Valkyries or the Aces when they come back.
Ooh,
one or the other. Kelsey has adopted the Valkyrie since she like Golden State, so she said she'll adopt it.
Hey, I can respect it, because I'm not even gonna lie. If I will be truthful, Every time I see the Valkyrie, well, it don't matter if they're on TV or not, because I got a league pass. But when I see they got a game, I get kind of excited, bro.
Yeah. Like, oh, that's and they hooping.
Hooping hard. Ain't nobody told them they're not supposed to be playing this well. Nobody told them that. I mean, I don't get them on the phone. Nobody told them they're supposed to have an all-star. They're not supposed to have an all-star. Nobody told them they're supposed to have this 4 or 5 players averaging double. Nobody told them. Like, nobody don't tell them. Let them play, man. And defensively, hey, if you enjoy good defense, they lock down. They lock down.
Not yesterday, but normally.
Well, every day.
They both put up 100 last night. I'm like, they was wild.
They trying to limp to this all-star break, man. It's this little break they're gonna get, so that's what it is. Shout out to the dude Liddy, man, out there. He even checked in from both Facebook and YouTube. My man's in there. Shout out to everybody checking us out, whether you're over on Twitter through the link I provided, whether you're in the SBP over on Facebook, or you're on YouTube, which I encourage everybody to like and subscribe. We slowly climbing. We gained about 4 more YouTube subscribers this week. So
word.
Yeah, we got a long way to go, but it's a beautiful thing.
That's dope. Hey, the more the merrier. Welcome to the club.
No doubt, we is here. So staying on the basketball tip, man. We've only got one thing that I wanted to discuss, and I can't let the week go by. To a lot of people's dismay, dislike, whatever. I'm gonna shout out Angel Reese, man. I got to shout out Angel Reese, bro. Like, wow, like Angel Reese right now is ridiculous right now. Been on a tear especially these last 8 games. And she's shining, man. She's shining. Within the past week, we've seen Angel come out, with a few accolades. First of all, shout out to her and her new sneaker, right? Angel's got a sneaker out there. A
They're
lot of folks
nice.
like, yeah, some folks are like, yeah, okay. I saw somebody in the group talking about it, like their hospital shoes. They're like they all white. I think they clean. I think they
Yeah.
clean. You're always waiting for them to come out with all the crazy colors. There's like Asia got, and the colors that we saw with the joints that they putting out there for Caitlyn, the Kobe joints, whatever. But I think them Jones Angel Reese got it nice, bro. They're clean.
Yeah, salute to her for the sneakers. That's just part of the game. You know what I'm saying? But I don't understand dudes. I don't understand dudes. I'm sure it was a guy. I'm assuming it was a guy. I should say
Mm-hmm.
that said something negative. Dudes cannot wait to say something negative. One about women. Two about Angel Reese specifically. What is wrong with y'all? Like for real? Wait, it's even worse when it's a black man.
It was a
I'm
black man
like,
that did it.
bro, like, are you okay? Of all the things, there are people that have never talked about the WNBA period,
Mm-hmm.
but they will pull up. I saw somebody in the comments I've never seen before,
Mm-hmm.
just to say something negative about Angel Reese. I'm like, what is wrong? What is wrong with y'all? That's all I want to know. Because something ain't right. Y'all need a hug, Jesus, I don't know, something.
They need all that. This is the one that got me. But I shouldn't get me because I'm not surprised by anything anymore. I was on another page and it posted Did you see the one they were talking about Angel Reese and her how she leads the WNBA in rebounds? Um,
With just her defensive rebounds
yes, with
counted.
her defensive rebounds. So you would be surprised how many groups or pages you would go through, and in the comments, people are still talking about the me bounds. And I'm like, did you read what he said up top? And no, I didn't have to go out there and really defend it because there's people coming from all directions. You dummy, can you read? Reading is fundamental, telling these people that are making these comments in there. But there are loads and loads of comments under that talking about her putting back, getting her own shot and putting it back.
Which is not even, it's not even really a thing. That's not even really a
That's in the
thing.
past 10 games.
That's not even really a thing overall,
Yeah.
in comparison to the rebound she gets offensively, defensively, just period. I saw something today where they were like, all they can talk about is double doubles. Oh, oh, I'm
Okay.
sorry. All they can talk about is double doubles. That's like shooting 60% from three. All they can do is talk about shooting three. Yeah, because it's a big deal when
Mm-hmm.
but they you can tell a lot of times the type of people it is because you see the same thing on a political spectrum where the
Yep.
responses are not necessarily logical or even based in truth or
Mm-hmm.
fact or, yeah, like I said, logic. It's just whatever they want to say in that moment. It doesn't matter if it makes sense.
Yeah, one guy had put, now he wasn't really being a butthole about it, but he had put this me balance thing. That was the one thing I did respond to. And I said, again, like the people say, read the top. So when he reads it, he was like, okay, yeah, I get it. But I bet you still, now go back and research your me bounds. This is not even about me bounds, right? Okay, this is about, read the top about a defensive, read that part, right? And then I forgot what the conversation. Before I could really get back into it, about 5 or 6 other people came through there and started eating dude up, right? But these people are crazy. But the way he answered it, you can tell that he was clueless about everything,
Yeah.
right? And clueless about everything. And then there's someone in that group that, of course, we know he's not an Angel Reese fan. They were quick to tell you now. He's quick to give you over the past couple of weeks, admit this comes out, man, she's improving. She's playing with what she is. And she's playing better and this, that, and the third, right? But he and I disagree on one thing. And after we came to, we were talking yesterday, now he says she's a crappy offensive player, which everybody says. So in everybody's mind, you have to be a really good offensive player and look good doing it to be a good basketball player.
Yep.
This is what everybody, and then I'm like, okay, y'all really moving these goalposts and stuff now. Nobody's out here saying that we think Angel's gonna go out here and bust 30 a game.
Right.
Nobody will. I don't think you'll find many people to tell you that everything about her offensive game is pretty. We've seen it. We've seen the bricks. We've seen the unorthodox looking shots. We've seen all of that. We understand that. She's still putting up some really good numbers offensively. And if you go back over the past 10 games, her shooting percentage is in there, bro. Like she's shooting like really well. So but he says that we disagree on. He says that she is a lower than average defensive player, and I disagree. I think that Angel is a decent defensive player. I think that there's a lot of things she definitely still could work on. She still can get stronger. There's some other things she could work on. But I watch Angel Reese night after night, and I'm watching her defend these people.
Mm-hmm.
She's decent to me. Fee will tell you. Fee, I remember not yesterday's game, which in some spurts, Fee got her on a block, maybe took the ball from her, but she was giving Fee some fits on some plays. Then Fee has said it before. Angel is I'll say defensive like she gives me problems. I remember Kalea Copper been mentioning. She says, I don't like playing. That's my girl. I don't like playing against Angel Reese when she's D'ing me up. It's just it's like Angel plays defense, man. She got the long arm. She gets out there. The wingspan is good. She moves her feet. Now sometimes you can see her throwing the towel a little bit. I understand she might get tired or somebody gets past, and I'd rather do that sometime than commit a dumb foul, which I said her do yesterday. But and by no means is she a below average defensive player in my book.
Agree. But they got to find something negative to say. So,
Mm.
but yeah, most people don't understand basketball and they just talking, and all they look for is, I mean, that's pretty much anybody. All they look for is points. If you're not scoring the points or you're not shooting the shots or whatever, you're not doing whatever move they want you to do, then it's not valid. And clearly, they don't know what they're talking about.
Indeed. What you think about her getting that 2K26 cover? Because of course, we've seen that. We've seen everything going across social media, the dummies of photoshopping and stuff and doing all this craziness. But the fact that she got that 2K26 WNBA edition cover, to me, I think is huge because it dispels that narrative and folks are talking about no one is coming to see Angel Reese. Nobody, these people are smart. 2K is smart. The league is smart. They're not just going to put somebody on the cover that has, that doesn't have any type of meaning or any type of value in the league, right?
Right.
They're going to do that. So this dispels a lot. And of course, you see the people come. That's why I don't play the game no more. I'm gonna stop playing the game. Man, we don't care. We don't give a darn. And this is just the WNBA edition. Go buy the SGA edition and be happy. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And maybe cool with it. But you guys out here crying because Angel Reese means something to the league or at least to enough people that they won't put her on the cover.
The fact that somebody would say, I'm not playing the game because of the person that's on the cover, and that points back to the stupidity. Because what? What does that have to do with anything? Congratulations to Angel Reese on the cover. Um, I'm surprised she got the cover, actually, with all the players in the league that it could have been. I'm surprised, but I ain't mad at it. And salute to her. But why would you not play the? Y'all act like this is a criminal who's committed crimes against your home country and is still being allowed to run around free out here. Nah, y'all just don't like her for whatever reason. I know the reason, but
I know. Look, I saw some posts the other day tomorrow. The league needs to put her out. She's a cancer to the league. Well, actually, has she done that? She's become a cancer to the league. What has she
I don't
done to
know.
anybody else in the league that? I'm trying to figure it out.
I don't know. I mean, obviously, trying to figure out uh, another way to not call racism racism is a
Mhm.
waste of time. But we try to bring logic to things, and maybe there's some random logic that could go with the racism, but it's not. It's just what it is.
Yeah, I saw something too. One of the billion videos is out there now. These kids out here getting to meet WNBA players, and there was one of the more recent ones with Angel, and it's a little white girl, and she is got a little Angel Reese gear on and everything. She goes up the little girl and hugs it and gives her something after. He said, "I'm gonna be back." And when she comes at the game, she took the pictures and gave her something, and it made the little girl's day. Like absolutely, you couldn't tell her anything. And then I go to one group, and in the comments they're talking about, oh, okay, about time she becomes a nice person. And I'm like, who hurt you? Like, who, you know, she's changing her ways. About time she becomes a nice person. Okay. I'm like, this kind of tells you where we are, man. If politics ain't told you where we are, basketball and this whole thing, how you feel about certain people and why you really won't admit what the reason is. It's crazy, man. It's just wild. Angel Reese just became a nice person.
Yeah.
But shout out to her in this cover, man. I think it's great. Shout out to the Chicago Sky organization. I dog the organization a lot. Just they've given us every reason to dog them. But
Rightfully so.
putting these T-shirts out yesterday for everybody to get a T-shirt of her that to celebrate the 2K cover. And Angel had a decent game, especially a crazy first half. She had a crazy first half that helped them beat the number one team in the league yesterday. Of course, Ariel Powers put on the show yesterday. Ariel Atkins put on the show yesterday with the 27 points. But
Shout out to Ariel Powers.
yeah, shout out to Ariel Powers. But yeah, Ariel Atkins put on the show, and also Cardoso came through. Killer Miller, as they call her, she put on the show as well, and she came out with a double. But for Angel Reese to have the type of game she had yesterday when they were honoring her at home with giving out her T-shirts, great for the fans and also a great marketing strategy as well. Money got to flow, right? But I thought that was dope for Angel to have not only have the performance that she had, but they actually came out with their biggest win in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was dope, man.
No doubt. Shout out to the Sky. Rare shout out to the Sky as an organization.
And may I note again, as I mentioned last year when we thought she was coming out, do you know who was at the game yesterday?
Who was that again?
You can tell she's obviously a fan. Olivia Miles.
Oh, was she? I ain't even
Again, this is at least the third game that I've seen Olivia Miles pop up in Chicago. So I'm just saying, there's some people that's hoping that is one of the selections come draft time on next year. So they definitely can use the help at that position
for sure.
So, but last thing on Angel, man. So I talk every week about steps, man. I remember I was talking about Aaliyah Boston, and I think I've been seeing the growth for a minute. Not that she had a whole lot of stuff to work on, but man, she's been really good. And there's been a couple other players I've been watching. I even seen Cardoso. Cardoso is taking some steps. He's a little bit smoother around the basket. A little more aggressive at times. Still not as aggressive as you might want her to be, but I've seen the steps, right? But Angel Reese, 2 or 3 games, you're like, okay, she got to fall up at some point. And we know the horrible game is coming. It's going to happen to everybody. But this tear, these last 10 games, bro, definitely last 8, but these past 10, if you've had a chance to watch her, especially yesterday, the work is being put in. Yeah, the work is being put in. Some of those shots she's making now in traffic, it's crazy to me. Like when we think about what we saw last year and coming into the beginning of this year, she is somebody that's continuing to work on her game. So no matter where she ends up this season, I think another off season, working with the people she worked with, Nafisa Colliers, they said her husband had a lot to do with it. They worked with them doing Unraveled, since she valued that. Of course, we know Lisa Leslie and them be putting in work with her. Y'all think she out here, the Angel Reese is out here just taking pictures. You know what I'm saying? Angel says she's thinking about making money when she sleep, But by the same token, she's out here in the gym too. She's working on the game. People think that people can't do more than one thing. That's because we taking all these pictures and we posing for this, whatever, that folks are not in the gym. She stays in the gym.
Yeah, it's the same thing as when people have podcasts during their season and something goes wrong. Everybody's like, "Oh, well, you shouldn't be podcasting." I can't do something that takes an hour
Yeah,
during my whole week.
yeah.
Like, what do you think I'm supposed to be doing right now? I can't have any downtime. I'm just supposed to be film and working out. That's it. That's 24 hours of the day during season.
Dumbest thing,
Nah,
dumbest thing ever, man. That's the dumbest thing ever. These people, these comments. So they do a 2 or 3 hour podcast. Okay, it's 3 hours out of, other than that, these people got money. So they've got folks in most cases that's working a camera and doing all this other stuff. I just need to sit down and ask these questions.
yeah, that's it.
Give me the cards. I'm gonna ask these questions. I'm gonna ask what I want to ask, and we gonna chuckle it up, talk it up, whatever. And that's what it's gonna be.
Yep, exactly. And
People are idiots.
but
People are idiots.
yeah, they're
And you're
always
idiot
looking
if
for
you're
that.
not giving. Yeah, you're idiot if you're not giving like her or not. I'm not telling you to like her, but not to give Angel Reese her props, man. Because Angel Reese, if nothing else, we're talking about growth. We can talk about what she is and what she isn't. You can talk about, you can be the person that thinks that she has to be a great offensive player to be a good player. You can be that idiot that the only defense that you have now is that the team only had 6 wins, whatever it is that they have. They only won a few. You can be that idiot, right? Of course, if it was a couple of other players, you'd be talking about the teammates and the way the team is made. It was the reason that the team sucks. Now that you're making these comments, not even knowing that the team was supposed to suck anyway, like we knew it was gonna happen, right? So, but Angel can go out here and bust a 30 piece, and the only thing y'all gonna be able to come back and talk about is the me bounds, which you're probably gonna be wrong in most of these cases about how many she actually had in the game. But number two, that the team is not winning. Dummies, man.
Yeah, new coach, lost your leading scorer, and they still like, no, they're not winning. Yeah,
Well,
we all
somebody
knew
put
they
up a
weren't going
post
to
the other day talking about that. And you imagine the team had made the playoffs a year before Angel got there, but you look at the players who were on that team. You know what I'm
win. Yeah,
saying? Out here, one of the best in the league, Olympia, Khalil Cop. Like it's a ton of people, man. That they either shipped off or left. So
yep,
people who don't watch the game, man. People who don't
that's
watch the
it.
game. I'm gonna go back and
That's
look
it.
at the record before she got there. Oh, they made the playoffs that year, but
It's a
couldn't
whole
tell
different,
you.
whole
Some of
different
these people
group.
couldn't even. They saw it. Some of these people couldn't even tell you who the players were on the team.
Yeah,
Yeah, so,
that's it.
shout out to Angel Reese, man. Angel is coming.
For sure.
Angel is coming, and I'm sorry to tell y'all this, unless she chooses not to, or nothing bad happens to her physically. Lord is sees it fit that I'm still here. All you people about her being out of the league in 3 years, I'm just gonna remind y'all. All right, I'm just gonna remind y'all in these 3 years get here, and she's still there. She
Two-time
preparing for life.
All-Star.
What do you say?
Two-time All-Star, 2 years.
Yeah, they mad about that. They mad about that. Some of them, they didn't figure it out. Oh, there are more players, or they're quick to put as a reserve. Okay,
As if that's a bad thing. That means the people voted for you along with the players.
coaches, yeah, but you don't remember that a lot of your favorite players, that all-star performance that person put on last year, which was almost non-existent. But we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. But if Angel goes out here and shines in his all-star game, just an all-star game, they're not really playing. Okay, we
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
So anyway, y'all keep that over there. All right, so that's really all I really wanted to touch. I'm not going to touch on the the amount of Caitlyn flopping videos that's going around now, because y'all don't want to hear that. And I'm not even trying to come down on Caitlyn, but at all. But I'm just being real. I'm just being real. Some of this stuff is just so obvious that it's not, that it is a flop. A lot of stuff, or the push off, and which y'all don't want to talk about that. So we're not going to talk about it. Shout out Caitlyn. I hope you get back going and get back on track. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with you. I'm just not cool with some of your peoples. A lot of your peoples, not all of, but a lot of your peoples. Yeah. So
Yup.
y'all can give it to us. We'll treat her. We'll treat her right. You know what I'm saying? We'll treat her right. We'll treat her right. We real fans of it. So not some of y'all ain't gonna say it, but I'm glad she's good though. She had a little she other day I was watching her play and she didn't look quite right after a couple of times after getting off the floor. I'm like, oh Lord, hope we ain't messing around. I'm about to see an all-star game without her. I was worried about that with Angel. I mean not Angel, with Asia. And somebody else got hurt. So
Ryan Howard.
Ryan, oh man, the Ryan Howard thing scared me, bro. Oh my goodness, that scared me. Another dog for real. That loves. I love when they play Indiana. They get at it, bro. But Ryan came right back in the game, so shout out to them. So y'all keep this thing healthy, man. Because we got a great one today, man. In about an hour or so, so we got we got the Wings and the Fever, right?
Yes, sir.
Wings and Fever. So finally, we gonna get to see Caitlin and Paige on the court at the same time. So let's get it.
Should be fun. Looking forward to it.
Let's get it. And I can't just wait to see the narratives y'all draw up after this one. I hope the game is epic because I already know some of the stuff's gonna come out, right? What y'all gonna be talking about. What we got next? Let's get into some music, man. Let's get into some music. We're gonna spend this last hour here talking some music. And the first thing that I wanted to get into, man, is I want to get into the Clipse album, man. The new Clipse album drop came out here within this past week, and of course, there's a lot of talk about this album. They're making several appearances. Man, they've been on just about everybody's show and still scheduled to be on a few more. I've enjoyed all of the appearances I've seen on these podcasts. There's some good stuff, especially the Kanye talk with Pusha. Has been pretty good. But this album, man, they dropped their first album. So when was the last album? Was it 2009, Source?
It's been a minute.
2009. And they come out with this joint right here, man. I know you was doing a joint the other day on your over on TikTok, talking to folks. You was spending it, and I caught a lot of it while I was at work. But I felt like we had to get into it, man, because that is the talk, man. So, what's your feelings on this thing?
Man, that album is pretty crazy. Actually, the album is pretty crazy. There was high expectations for Let God Sort 'Em Out, especially after Pusha said album of the year a few weeks back.
Hmm.
It's definitely up there. The production is clean. Pharrell said Chad who? Who is Chad?
Hmm.
No disrespect to Chad. I'm just saying Pharrell did his thing. Dolo and all them joints slap. All them joints slap. You're not gonna hear a project like this every day. We haven't heard anything like this recently, to be honest.
Yeah.
Sonically, lyrically, No Malice is back. Pushes being Pusher. They got busy from start to end. It and it's so many young people that I'm seeing like they are on this album, like Pusha and No Malice are 28 and 32, 24 and 28. Them dudes are 48 and 52. Stop talking to me about age in hip hop and not being able to rhyme or being
Yeah.
relevant after a certain age. There's so many projects that have come out within the last year and a half from artists that are 45 and up.
Mm-hmm.
So many. I could list them. We'd be here all day for real. But needless to say, the album is crazy. VA in the building. We ain't to do but cook. And yeah, the Clips are back.
Man, I agree, 1,000%. Like this album is to me. for my taste, is crazy from beginning to end. Now I was shocked that they started out that the Birds Don't Sing was the lead track.
Yeah, that was different. That was
Yeah,
very different.
yeah, I saw that coming maybe deeper into the album after we didn't went through a few bangers and whatever, and you changing the mood just a tad bit. Not that it's a bad thing. I just would you would never told me that. And if you gave me the song list and I'm in that listening, but then we're going song by song, and you told me that was gonna be the first song, I'd be like, really? That's gonna start the album,
Yeah,
right?
I like it. I like it
Yeah,
because it's unexpected. Like who does that?
yeah,
Who's this? Got to be a Pharrell thing. It's got to be a Pharrell thing because that in a normal setting that makes no sense to have such an emotional song, a triggering song for some, uh, a cathartic song probably for them as the first song. That's usually the song next to the last song or the last song. But to start the album,
yeah,
that was very different, but it worked.
yeah. And then the guest guest appearances on point. You got John, excuse me, John Legend. You knew Kendrick was gonna be on it. We had already heard the leak. Stove God Cooks, Nas. You got Ab on there, and of course Pharrell. Right. So
And Tyler, the creator,
and
got
Tyler the Creator. I cannot
busy.
forget Tyler the Creator, which the joint's crazy.
Yeah.
Um, the joint is crazy. And 13 tracks. So when I if you'd have told me it was 13 tracks in my mind, I'm instantly thinking, okay, we're going 13. That's cool. They didn't go 16, they didn't go 18. The 13 is cool. And I'm sitting there, I would be thinking, boom, that's a solid hour. That's probably about a solid hour right there. We're going 13. But the clock's saying at what, 41 minutes? I think it is.
41. Yep.
I think there was a perfect, they strung it together perfectly to get that many songs in 14 minutes. I think is the way this listens, the way it sounds, I think it's the perfect length. I
Yeah.
think this is the perfect length for this album.
I'm at a point where because there's been so many albums over the last few years that have been shorter.
Uh-huh.
And I'm at a point where I think they fell in that perfect space of 28, I think like 28 to 42 minutes
Uh-huh.
right in there is it's enough work to hear what you want to hear, but it's not so much that the attention span of some people, because music, as far as now compared to 10 years ago, 20 years ago, especially, the listeners aren't all the way locked in, especially for albums.
Yeah.
So you dropping an album that's 62 minutes may work for some people. Redman's album was long.
Yeah.
Somebody else that dropped recently had an album that was over an hour long. That's fine, but that sweet spot, 28 to 42 minutes, that's it right there. And to get,
I'm
like you
with it.
said, 13 songs in, I was surprised it was 13. But I'm not mad at it because I probably would have thought maybe 11 songs and a couple skits, but I like 13 songs better. I like 13 songs better.
Yeah, to me, I'm not ready. So somebody posted on Twitter, there was a debate on one of the guys that I follow about was this a classic. So me personally, I'm not ready to call it a classic. Of course, I'm gonna have to listen to it again and again and again. But I will say for me, there are no skips. So is it possible that for an album to not be a classic and have no skips would be the
Absolutely.
question. And
Absolutely.
yeah, and that's I say yes. And I'm not there with the classic yet. I'm not telling you that I'm not going to end up saying it's it either is or it isn't. I don't know. I can say I've listened to the album beginning to end solidly maybe 4 times. I know I've done it 3 times. I don't think the fourth time I was around. I don't think I got through the whole album again because I had to get out of the car. And I've never skipped. Now the reason is because the production is tight, but I'm listening to some of these the lyrics too, some of these crazy punchlines. And whereas I had to go back and remember the exact songs, but we always pushing it on pushing. But there's a couple of songs where I actually felt like Malice did the big thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's
Malice
a
Crush.
song that I said, yo, we know Pusha that dude. And I know y'all always down playing Malice, but It's a couple of these joints. I'm sitting here, man, like, dang, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, that's okay. I hear you.
Big brother got busy on plenty of joints.
Yeah,
Some people say, you know, it's always the debate when it's with two MCs. People are always going to argue that the other one is better than the one that everybody thinks is the better one. That's always going to be a thing. There's
yeah,
people that think Big Boy is nicer than
yeah,
Andre. There's people that think,
yeah,
rest in peace, Malik B was nicer than Black Thought. There's always going to be that, but it's probably not true. But these two are close to me.
yeah,
Like no malice got busy
yeah.
on multiple joints
Yes, he did.
on the whole project. So much so, like I said, these younger. I've seen a bunch of younger creators, content creators on that. You know how they do the. And then he said, and then they start saying the
Yeah,
lyrics. It's so many of them joints with the clips right now. So many of them joints. One, because it's new. Two, because it's popular in the moment. But three, because that joint is a lot of craziness. It's a
yeah,
lot of craziness going on within these 13 songs.
yeah. And shout out to him because there's not just at the beginning, but there's several points throughout the album where they mention their parents.
Yeah.
It's heavy. I think a lot was weighing on them, especially with them getting back together to do this. But at several points in the album, they do reference their parents in this, which I think makes the album even stronger. I think I'm gonna say I have a favorite joint right now, but I will admit, from my first listening, I would say the two songs that immediately, like off top, I was like, "Yo, this could be my joint." Then the next one, no, this gonna be my joint. And I'm not saying these two are going to be my favorites once I go through it more and more. But at POV, I love POV. The second I heard it, starts off dope, the whole cadence and everything, melody, and then I skip a couple of songs down to um, Ace Trumpets. I think Ace Trumpets is fire. I mean, now um, I like the Ibadot joint too. Now, and I know a lot of people would wonder what that is. Some people would know. Only reason I know because they talk about it a lot at my job. But it's like, what is it? Earnings. What is it? Earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and I think it's amortization. I believe it is money. So
Hmm.
it's money. So of course, we'll be the Clipse without talking about that white and talking about that money. So
Yeah. You got that. You got FICO.
yep, indeed.
My favorite joint. My favorite joint you just mentioned a few minutes ago, the Birds Don't Sing. That joint
Whew,
is too
whew,
crazy for me
whew.
right now. That's my joint. And then of course MTBTTF, Mike Tyson blow to the face. That joint tough as well. The whole album it's crazy. Got the clue drops. You got the this is culturally inappropriate.
Yeah, come back
Like,
strong, man. Come back strong. The comeback is strong. If you question whether anybody else could do it, and if you could do that after being away for that long, they came back. It's almost as like they never left, man. And they crazy,
exactly. Two up, two downs. V8, boy.
no doubt. And if you haven't checked them on the tiny desk, make sure you do.
Hey, you might want to get a tissue when they do the Birds Don't Sing, because
Yeah,
that
man.
joint went crazy.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. So shout out to the Clipse. Um, the album is fire. Both Source and I agree on that. And if you haven't heard it, you're sleeping. Y'all need to get up. What are you doing with your life? Because it's like that, bro. It's like that. Trust me.
Yeah, that joint dropped on Friday, 7/11. This Friday coming up, 7/18. We got Raekwon dropping it. Yeah, these older MCs are here doing what needs to be done. I'm just trying to tell you.
And more to come from what we understand. There's more to come, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. All right. So next up that what we got going on here is what we started last week, bro.
Yeah.
We got another strong one today because in a lot of people's eyes in the hip hop community, 1994, a lot of people feel like that might have been the strongest year of hip hop. You're not going to get me to debate that because trust me, I understand. Now, depending on when you grew up, what era you grew up in, you might feel that 1988 was the has a has a bid for that. They have something to say about that as well. All right, if that's your era of music. To me personally, I'm not gonna say which was better, but if you're gonna ask me to pick my two favorite years of hip hop, it's a jump. It's 88 and it's 94. And there was fire in 87. There definitely was fire in 89, 92. Fire. But 88 and 94 are my joints. So we decided to dive into 88 this week. So Source, what was your so we were talking about, so we're picking 15 songs, right? You on a mixtape, whatever your mission is, wherever you're headed, you jumping in the car. All right, I'm gonna give it to you again. You with the wife and the daughter say, Pops, you got this today. This you today. We're gonna listen to what you want to listen to. And y'all taking that trip and you decide to throw on some music. You felt 88-ish. And this joint was hard, man. This joint was hard. So I know you were talking about, well, matter of fact, tell us how you came up with your list. What was your reason?
So my 15 is I'm gonna say like the best 15 songs that had videos. And the reason I say that had videos is because a lot of these are singles, but I feel like singles then are different than singles going forward necessarily, because the singles then were usually the fire joints. They were the fire joints on the album, not just the most popular or the most commercially sound. They were the fire joints on the album. Obviously, there are other joints that are fire as well, but these were the most prominent. And with hip hop being harder to find or harder to hear, harder to see on a regular basis, that made these that much more special then and still at this point. Because all my joints is fire. I could have went 20, 25. We could have kept going to 40 probably easy and still had all fire joints.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give some thought to this because depending on how this comes out, there may be a point at some time that I have to look at this again and look at what we just chose, and we might have to do another segment at some point in this year. Maybe we'll see how this turns out. Which I know this is going to be good, but let's just see what songs we come up with. So what I did with mine,
Uh-huh.
I just went crazy. I just went basically. There's some hits, but then of course you know me. There's going to be one or two songs that wasn't everybody else's hit, but songs that I love. Not like
Right.
I'm not trying to be different. I love this song. Like just to give you a quick example, because it's not on my list, but of songs that I'm going to talk about today. But if we go to Public Enemy, It Takes a Nation to Hold Us Back. We go to that album. One of my absolute favorite songs is Nothing You Would Think. Right? It's Louder Than a Bomb. Right? I would turn on It Takes a Nation of Millions, all that fire it had, and I can't wait till Louder Than the Bomb comes. I love that song. I just
Yeah.
love that song. And
Yeah.
it's a lot of songs like that for me in every year, but definitely in 1988. But that's just an example I was giving you because I don't have it on my list. I'm pretty sure you don't have that. So
Well, I hear what you're saying. I have my own example of that as well, and I'm just gonna go with my one of my top five MCs with his group, KRS One. So BDP, Teacher,
yes, sir.
that's my joint. That's my
Yes, sir.
joint. It's not on my list,
Yep.
but that's my joint. Like it could have been a list with four
Yeah.
artists. To be honest, I could have did four artists, just four different albums, and had you know three songs from each, and then some a couple randos in there to fill it out. But I tried to spread the love out across the country and across the different artists
I
from
tried
groups.
to too. I tried to too, which led to me leaving a couple of people off my 15.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
feel ain't it bad when you feel bad? Like you really like you I genuinely feel bad. Like
I really don't know how. Keep Rising to the Top is not on my list. It's not on my
Exactly.
list, and it's right here on my list of
Exactly.
options, but it's
Yeah.
not on my list.
So this is the way I attacked it, man. What I did was I got my 15, and then I came back with another 15 only just for backup purposes. Because if you name, what I'm gonna do is if you name something, because I figure some of these we're gonna be on the same. I
Yeah.
came up where I said, okay, when I get to that spot on my list, I said, well, you chose that, had that as well, blah blah blah. So I went with this, and I've got some on my other list that might not totally stand out. But I'm gonna throw the first one out there, right? You got something?
So I was gonna say, so did we go back and forth last time?
Last time I think we didn't do it quite. I think on a couple of them we did. I think we
Let,
one
let's
person did it, you did it, but then it was like one or two we had on the same list. I think
I
you had
mean
the
let
same.
let's go back and forth if that's cool with you.
Yeah. So you want to kick it out? Want me to kick it out?
No, you got it.
All right. So I'm gonna start off with a certified party banger. It is what it is. You cannot have a party or a house party, much less a go to 88 without the banger Top Billing.
Top
So
billing.
I got Top Billing by the Audio 2 from the What More Can I Say album.
Audio two. The two's audio. I got a brother. Hey, all these years and so many people, shout out to Man Skills, so many people had no idea that that Milk was saying neither one of us. All these years it took Skills to make a video to point that out, so we all knew it was neither one of us
Yeah, that's crazy.
that Milk was saying. So yeah, that was on my list, of course. So that's one down. Top billing. All right, let's see which one I want to start with. You know what? I'll start with. We'll go obvious. No, I'm gonna leave that for you, Brian. Actually, I'm gonna leave that for you because I think you won't say that one later. In the same vein as um, top billing, I'm gonna go Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock. It takes two.
Fire. And I had a feeling you may put that one. I don't have it on my list, but I mean, Rob Bass and that song still out here doing it till this day. We got commercials, ads, TV, radio ads and stuff till this day from 88 till now. Certified banger, bro.
It's not on your list.
Not on my list.
Okay, okay.
Not on my list. Not on my list. But I like that though. So it takes two. All right. My next one um, comes from one of my favorite albums. You and I have discussed here recently. We've talked about it several times. And of course, in a lot of people's lists, there would be at least two songs, if not three, maybe four, before this song would get picked.
Come
But
on.
I used to be a lyricist, and I was crazy about KRS One, which I still am to this day. I dug into the by all means necessary album, and I gotta still start off stumping a mud hole or somebody because I'm hyped about this road trip. So I went with You're Slipping. You're Slipping.
Ooh.
Yeah, I went with You're Slipping because yeah, that joint gets me hyped, bro. And I can see me blazing down the highway to that joint. So You're Slipping was my next joint.
Okay, okay. That's Brian. All right, let's see what I'm going with next. Uh, I'm gonna go with a less lyrical, although it's fine. It's fine, especially at the time. But it was just so crazy. The song was so crazy. The beat was so crazy. The hook was simple, and yet it was so crazy. Then the video on top of that, Kid Sensation dropped a 20 and didn't even miss it. Geezer from another crew, she picked it up and kissed it.
Yes, sir.
Word. My posse's
Yes,
on
sir.
Broadway. That
Yes,
makes a lot.
bro. So I'm gonna tell you, man. First of all, that hits me in the heart, right? Because I love that. I love that to this joint. It is still a banger. But I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you what's even crazy about you selecting this, because I don't even have to come back to it because it was my number three as well.
Mm.
Posse on Broadway was next on my list, right? Was next on my list. But I would also ride to that. But since you chose Posse on Broadway, I'm going to come back with which one of these joints I like the strongest. Nah. Boom. All right. I am going to come back with this is probably not going to be on any back. No, you know what? I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to come back with a Dope Man remix from NWA. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna
dope
do. I'm
man.
gonna give you that beat, that Dre. What the folks say now? So what they say you did the big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did the big one on that beat, bro. Like the beat alone. I don't care if you like the lyrics, don't like the lyrics. And I feel crazy not using one of these other two, but I'm gonna go with the Dope Man remix just because of just the way that joint bangs.
Now, just for clarification, Dope Man Remix came out in '88 because the album came out in January '89.
Mm-hmm.
But Dope
Mm-hmm.
Man Remix and a few other
Yep.
NWA joints
Mm-hmm.
came out in '88.
So I'm just gonna ride with that because of the beat. So there it is.
Can't be mad at
I'm
that.
in the
Boom.
car, man. I'm in the car.
All right. Let me see what I got. Let me see what I got, Brian. See what I got. All right. Let's go. Let's go off the board a little bit. I'm gonna go with one that's on your list, but some people might skip over it just because they'll forget about it's on an album or not think about the song, or they'll be looking at albums and not consider
I know what it is.
Marley's album.
Yep.
Da-da-da-dum-dum.
Yep.
Da-da-da-dum-dum. The Symphony is my joint. Master Ace, Craig G, Cool G Rap, Big Daddy Kane.
Fire. And it's a shame that unless you are a DJ or got a hookup, you can't find that now.
You can't find it nowhere.
So you can get lucky. I think a couple of spots. What was that? Marley's In Control Volume 1.
Yep.
And I remember when I first bought that album. Bought the wax. But unless you get lucky on like eBay or one of these spots where somebody will have a copy or two, they're gonna charge you an arm and a leg for it. You trying to find it on a musical platform is yeah, you're gonna need MacGyver. You need about 10 MacGyvers, and you still might not find, like, it's crazy.
And it is arguably the greatest posse cut of all time.
Yeah,
It's top five. It's in that mix. It's in that mix, but it's definitely one of them ones that led to other posse cuts.
indeed, fire. My next one is probably not on your list, but again, always a favorite of mine. Remember buying this record, and the song itself was crazy because you had to think about the meaning of the song. Unless maybe you lived in Philadelphia, whereas it became a party trend, and then we caught on to it later. Um, and that would be the beat crazy now. So don't be me. The beat is crazy. Ugly People Be Quiet.
Ah,
Got Cash Money and Marvelous on the Where's the Party at album. That
okay.
joint, man, to this day, dun, that beat is to this day, that beat, it really gets me going when I hear that joint, man. I get hyped when I hear it. So all the ugly people be quiet. But those of you who don't know, basically, it's telling you if you're not making noise in the party, you know what I'm saying? If you're not making noise in the party, you're ugly. You basically. So it was a ploy to get you to make noise and to cheer while they was out, during the party and rock a little bit. So ugly people be quiet clocks in for me at number 4.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go with an artist that passed not too long ago, the late great one. A few joints from this particular album in 1988 I had on my original list. I still have one that I never crossed out, even though I didn't use it. That's going off. I didn't use that one. Instead, I went with the Vapors. Biz Markie.
Yeah. Radio, man. Still love that joint. Still love that joint. I remember when that video came out was crazy enough. I mean, they showed videos in rotation when they were popular, but I don't forget like that joint was like on the daily. You know, like so the video shows would come on and they would show videos and they might limit certain videos to they play the death of it. If it came on, the show came on 5 times a week, you might get that video twice in a week, maybe 3 times. When the Vapors hit, Vapors was on every
Yeah,
day on its own
every
video.
day.
So,
It's been on MTV heavy.
heavy, heavy. You cannot go wrong with Biz and the Vapors. Uh, Next up for me, also is a song from a group we talked about recently, and an album we talked about recently. Um, and it's at least two other cuts on on the particular album it came from that are probably people will mention before they mention this one. But I happen to like this song a little bit better than those two classics, and that would be "Your Customer" by EPMD, Strictly Business. I gotta change up the mood just a tad bit. Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun. Eric and Parrish go hard on You're a Customer. So yeah, that would be my next joint.
Okay. Since we doing EPMD, I'm gonna just go ahead with Strictly Business myself. I'm gonna go throw Strictly Business out there.
For sure. You guys to chill. Man, you guys to chill, Strictly Business, You're a Customer.
Yep.
And that album, man, that's fire. That's fire. And they
Yeah.
even mentioned in the song later, you guys to chill because Strictly. That's crazy. But yeah, but you're going with Strictly Business itself. So
Yep.
fire.
Oh
Fire.
yeah, you got the share was on the list too, but you know.
Yeah. I fought with those. I fought with those. Strictly Business was in the mix at first, but after listening to them, yeah, vibing to Your Customer was a joint for me. Next up for me, and you knew one was coming, at least one was coming. Can't get away from it. It is my favorite song, not only on this classic album, but it is my favorite song by this artist, period, because of the genius it was written with. I got to go with my man Slick Rick, and the song is "The Moment I Feared."
It was the
Uh,
moment I feared.
yeah, on the Great Adventures of Slick Rick album, another song that is pure genius when it comes to storytelling. It's crazy. We can talk about the other joints on the album or other artists' album, but that was storytelling at its finest. So shout out to Slick Rick.
We here, Prime, so I'm throwing Children's Story on there because there's no way you can get out of 1988 without Children's Story. There's no way because that was that joint. That was that joint.
Mm-hmm.
So much so that Black Star remade it, or most definitely made it over the Black Star album.
Yep.
Uh, and it still bangs today. That's a
Yep.
movie. It's a movie. The video was, the video, but that video could be a movie. That could be a movie in itself.
Oh, for
And
sure.
yeah, so I couldn't not go with Children's Story. And I will mention Mona Lisa was right there.
Woo,
It's still right there
woo,
right now.
woo,
I'm
woo, woo.
deciding if I
Great,
need to cross something out and put Mona Lisa on this joint. But
great Scott, are you a thief? Seems like you have a mouth full of gold teeth. Next up for me is on the same album that you mentioned a few 2 3 picks ago, and I know you're gonna be like, of all the songs, probably joint bang, but you wanna ride listen to this? And I'm saying this laughing last night because I was playing this for my 8-year-old grandson last night, and he was in here wilding and laughing his butt off that he had to find it on his phone and take it in the other room and
yeah,
play it for Nicole.
I
And I'm
know what it
sure he's gonna
is.
go home and play it for my daughter. And they're gonna be like, "What is your papa got you listening to over there?"
Right?
This song is "Picking Boogers"
Of course.
by Biz. I don't care about this subject matter, which your joint is crazy. Because imagine you hearing that joint in '88. We talk about eating food and putting boogers on the basketball and passing it. But the song itself, Biz being Biz, and the production was tight as a mother. All that. So I'm all about riding and having a good time while I'm riding. So yeah, I'm going with Picking Boogers by Biz Marquee.
Okay. Well, we got to get to. There's a few that we haven't mentioned, and I'm not going in any particular order. I'm just throwing songs out there that are off the list. So the ladies have not been represented. So we got to get this one in here. You already know what the song is. I ain't even got to say it, but it is My Lady MC Light. What you say to me is just paper thin word.
Knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Very fire, man. And that very easily could have made my list, but I knew the fondness that you have for that song. And so it didn't make my list. Didn't make my list, but it definitely could have and should have.
That's cold, Prime. That's cold.
Well, now you'll find out why a little bit later. Um, so we got paper thin popping up. All right. Now my next one is gonna be a replacement because my number 8 song, which I already knew it was gonna be a replacement because I knew you were gonna get to it. I just put it on my list anyway. You can't do this without having the symphony on there. So that was my number 8 song. But since you went with the symphony on yours, if I had to change up my joint, um, I'm probably going to go with Getting Funky by Kid and Play.
Ah,
Yeah, that beat.
yep.
So yeah, I'm going with Kid and Funk. I'm Getting Funky by Kid and Play.
I ain't
Um,
mad at it.
I need something to groove to while I'm in the whip. You know what I'm saying? So
That
that's
was on
what
my
it's gonna be.
other list as well. My leftovers from
Yeah,
the ones that I didn't pick.
yeah. So we
Um,
going with Getting Funky.
okay. Since we talking funky, and you mentioned the word funky, then we might as well drop the Y and talk to them boys. We're going back to Philly one time with the brand new funk, brand new funk, the brand new funk.
Brand New Funk is that joint. I remember when I first bought I bought the record, bought that album. That joint, I kept lifting the needle and putting it back, and putting it back because that was the joint. And I will say an honorable mention for me, which I had on my leftover list, but it probably at this point wouldn't make the list, even if I have to pull anything else over. But as a song, the actual song, he's the DJ, I'm the rapper, was
Mm,
put it out there. I think Will got busy on the mic on that joint. Y'all say what y'all want to about Will Smith, but he was spitting on that joint.
right.
So I used to get that joint a lot of love. So we got Brand New Funk. I like it. I like it, Source. My next one, I guarantee you, wouldn't be on anybody's list. But I got to show the ladies some love, just like you did, right? The ladies. And on this one, nobody ever talk about this song. Most folks won't remember this song unless you just were a big fan of the album, which you should have been. But I had to go to Salt and Pepper, right? So on their album, Assault with a Deadly Pepper, there's 2 songs on there basically kind of with the same name. They're both solo power, right? Whereas both of the artists get a solo song. Um, Pepper has a joint called the Syncopated Soul Power, and then Salt has a joint called Solo Power, and then in parentheses it says Let's Get Paid. That joint right there by Salt, Let's Get Paid, is fire to me. Cause not only is I like what Herbie did with the music and the beat, but Salt is spitting on that joint. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't remember what it sounds like, hey, if you got a minute, well, I don't know if the album, it's one of those albums that's available, then it's not available. Then you go back to music platform, 6 Malay, it's available, and it's not. Fortunately, I have the CD and nothing else, and I
Mm,
have to save to my phone, so I ain't got to worry about it being available in a region or country at any time or whatever, or the samples and anything like that. But yeah, Salt solo on the Assault with a Deadly Pepper album, Solo Power. Let's Get Paid is my joint.
cool. All right. So I'm gonna go. This is a song that today I would not like. Probably 10 years ago, I would not like. Yeah, I probably wouldn't like the song, but at that time, I mean, I still like it today. But I'm saying if a song like this came out right now, I'm not sure I would like it like I did then. Um, but I see the group. I've seen the group over the last few years on social media, even on TikTok, and doing videos from people doing their lyrics, and they do videos back to the people and all that. It's West Coast one more time, JJ Fad, Supersonic.
Supersonic can never go wrong. Um, DJ Train, Dr. Dre, they did their thing on that album. It's a couple of joints that I really love. It's actually about 3 or 4 songs that I really like on there, but nothing hits like Supersonic, which fits
Right.
into the mold that we were talking about earlier, of like Posse on Broadway. We've seen Young MC. We've seen the boys tag team. Certain songs coming back after all these years that have been we've seen in pudding commercials, insurance commercials, all that.
Hmm.
So I've seen Supersonic spun a few times here in the recent times. So can never go wrong with JJ Fad.
So that's 10 and 10, right? I think we're at 10, or am I wrong?
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think this will be my 10th unless I counted something wrong.
Okay, this is 10.
All right.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I marked off the one that we both had. One of them that we both had.
Yep.
Gotcha.
So next up, 88, got to come out hard. This may be on your list. I don't know. But remember the first time that I heard it, I knew that I would be playing it as often as possible, and that would be Here I Am, RAW. I got to roll with Kane Raw off of the Long Live the Kane album. He was out there taking no prisoners. So, yeah, I'm going with Raw.
Mm. I guess we're going back to back with the same artist once again, because I gotta go. Ain't no half stepping.
Boom.
Gotta
Okay.
go. Ain't no half stepping.
Okay. Okay. Okay, fire. Even though Set It Off was my joint, but that yeah, fire. So ain't no half stepping. I mean, when Raw came out, everybody just knew that Kane was, little did we know what we were going to get later. Because I was just like, yo, this dude about to be a straight battle rapper. I'm hearing this
Right.
song, like album wasn't even out yet. It was just that song. I'm like, God, this dude's spitting.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and of course we got other things from Kane, which are pretty good as well. But Raw was just that's how you come out. Next for me again, showing love to the ladies. So you went with Paper Thin by MC Light. And I think I've told you before, as fire as that is, my favorite off of that album was actually I Crammed to Understand You. I Crammed to Understand You. First time I heard Crammed to Understand You, I was at a house party. So, but I love all that. The beat, the music, the concept, everything. So I Crammed to Understand You by MC Light.
Just like a test. Just like a test. Fire.
Yeah.
Fire. Can't go wrong with MC Light. Classic album. All these albums are classics for the most
Yeah.
part. All these joints are bangers. Speaking of which, you mentioned a song at the very beginning that you said. I think you said it didn't make your list, but that was your joint off of It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back. There are at least 5, 6 joints that I could say right now, but the one for me is the one that's different than the others. Black Steel and the Hour of Chaos. I got a letter from the government the other day. I opened and read it and said they were
Uh,
suckers.
I'm on a tear with no tear should ever fall. Yes, sir. Can never go wrong. You can't have it. You can't have an 88 joint without that in the mix. So which I don't have in the mix, and that's only because I said he gonna have it. He gonna have it. It'll definitely be on my list, but he gonna have it. So without a doubt, though, pure classic. Black Steel in the Hour of Chaos.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the next one, um, Prime being Prime again, putting this song on an album where even though it's okay on a tape, it's okay. There's so many other songs that probably should make it, but again, it's my tape, and I want to hear what I want to hear while I'm behind the wheel. So this song comes from some artists who had already made my list, back up at number 4. And it's a group, it's the duo once again. DJ Hill from Philly. New music seminar and all that. I'm gonna go again with Cash Money and Marvelous off that Where's the Party at album. And this song is Time Is Up. Love Time Is Up on that joint too. Appreciate good production, fire, party blend. Yeah, that's it right there. So for me, it's Time Is Up.
Okay.
Yeah, my two favorite songs off that album.
We getting into the thick of it. I've got this on here. Not that it's not a good song, but I didn't want to over East Coasted completely. Although I've already said Posse on Broadway and I said Supersonic, but I got one more from the West. You already mentioned the album. That's the NWA, Straight Outta Compton. Because that joint dropped in '88, even though the album dropped in '89.
Straight Outta Compton. Freeze on a brother named Ice Cube. Yes. Yes. So you like that joint?
Yes, sir.
Fire. Again, another way that's how you come out swinging. That's how you come out swinging on that joint. And I think everybody's individual performance was strong. Shout out again. I'm gonna shout out MC Rent and that definitely not as respected as he should be in my opinion. But I think he was exceptionally strong on that. So shout out. Shout out to Cube. I like that source. I like that. Let's see.
What you got for number 13?
Number 13, I got to go to my favorite group of all time. There's no way I'm getting out of it without putting one of them on.
I was waiting, Prime. I was waiting. Yeah. I was like, hold this. What is going on?
we talking commercials, with everything in this joint. We are talking my guys. Run DMC. I'm rolling with beats to the rhyme.
Boom, boom.
Beats to the rhyme of the rhymes that just made. Yes, sir. So the Kings from Queens.
Love that joint. Love that joint. All right. So I want to hold on to these last two songs to be my last two songs. But that means I have to pick a fill-in.
I got a feeling one of them could be.
So we both got at least one of them.
So one of the songs, I'm not gonna say, man, I'm gonna let you pick yours. One of the songs I left towards the end for a reason, because I thought there was a strong possibility that you're gonna have the same song.
You know I'm gonna have the one.
So we're gonna see what that is. So go ahead.
Okay. Like I'm looking at my list. I kind of you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do. I'm gonna do MC Hammer in this joint. Don't hurt him, Hammer. Don't hurt him.
Okay.
I'm going to turn this mother out. Look, when Hammer first came out, Hammer was tough. I don't care what nobody say. Hammer was tough when he first came out. What? Hammer, they say you ain't hitting in New York. So what you gonna do about that? Hammer, I'm gonna turn this mother out. I'm going to turn this mother out. That's what I'm putting on there. Turn this mother out.
I like it. I like it. So, and I'm beginning to think now there is a possibility that you and I might have. Well, no, you got one left after this, right? So you got two left, right? So both of these might be the same. So, to the point that one of these, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna throw my joint out now.
They both the same, Brian. It got to be.
So this is what I'm gonna do for this first one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even gonna go with what the first one is. I'm gonna go with the alternative because I know, knowing you, I already know what one of them is.
Okay, so I'll leave that one for last.
All right, so with this one, I am going to go ahead with Um, I'm gonna go with "I'm Still Number One" by KRS-One on my philosophy. I mean, not my philosophy, on my own, by all means necessary.
Hmm. Well, I'm gonna just say it then. That's fine. I'm going my philosophy. It is
Yeah,
the song that could. I'm like, well, he just said the name, so I might as well just
I
go
didn't
with it
mean
right
to. It
now.
slipped out.
Nah, I know it, but we have it because you had the other BDP joint uh earlier. Yeah, you had you slipping.
Just
I
slipping. Yep.
mentioned I mentioned Teacher was right off my list. It,
Yep.
it would have been if I just did a whole bunch of songs that I just them joints.
Yeah.
Um, but I went with my philosophy because it's the song that made me fall in love with hip hop. It's when I was like, I love this. I love this. Not even culture. I love this music specifically.
Hmm.
When it came to that, because it was the video, then it had the acapella part. Then the Jeep Wrangler. But he got the Jordans on, right? He got Jordans on.
Uh-huh.
Um, then the acapella part, then the beat comes back in. Oh, that joint's just crazy. That joint's just crazy. My philosophy.
All right. And then this last one
And
for
then there
me.
was one.
Now, I'm gonna end up mentioning
I know
rap.
what yours is. I know what yours is.
You sure?
Go ahead.
You
Yeah.
probably know.
It's the same artist. I know what yours is. Go ahead.
You say the same artist that we just talked about?
No, no, no,
Okay.
no.
Are we
You
talking
got
Public Enemy?
no, no, no. We got. I'm saying you and I have the same artist for the last song.
I don't know. We might. So the song for mine, and I should have flipped it, but I just went on and did it anyway. I'm gonna go with Rebel Without a Pause, Public Enemy.
What?
Yep.
Wow, that is not what I expected you to say.
Now, probably when you say something, I'll be like, dang, but nah, I'm going with Rebel Without a Pause. And I'll go ahead and tell you. So, is the person you did the song you're about to go with is it Public Enemy? All right. So I will go ahead and say this now. I was expecting at some point that you would probably go with Rebel Without a Pause, right? But and that's one of those funny songs because of actually when it was made, when it actually got put on an album. Let me say that.
Hmm.
All right, so that's how it falls. That falls into the '88 category. But I was fully prepared because I like it almost as much. If you went with Rebel Without a Pause, I was fully prepared to go with Terminator X to the Edge of Panic.
Uh,
Off of It Takes a Nation of Millions to hold us back because it doesn't get the credit it deserves. It's not Rebel Without a Pause, but it's close and it's fire.
see, my other one, I said Black Steel and I mean, I said yeah, Black Steel and Our Chaos. But my other one I would have went with is Don't Believe the Hype.
Believe the
That's
hype.
yeah.
Well, don't believe the hype, and I never got to it. And I didn't really write those down in order because I mean it's just I love that song. But on my reserve list, for backup purposes, it was actually number one. I got it sitting here. I'm looking dead at it right now. Right over top of Terminator X to the Edge of Panic. Yeah, I was fully prepared to come with that Terminator X if
Okay.
you had chosen Rebel Without a Pause.
Okay. All
Yep.
right.
So,
So that's
um,
number 15 for you.
yep.
Hey, Prime. I know I said we got it. We got the game at one.
Yep. Go ahead.
I
Go ahead.
really want to save my song, and I want us to dwindle our list down to 10 combined.
So, will we each? What do you mean? Just 10
Well,
total?
we'll do a source and prime and source
Yeah.
list top 10 joints from 1988, or we could do 20. We just scrap 10 off the list.
Okay.
All right. So my last joint. and I am shocked that you did not. And unless I'm wrong on the album, the fact that you didn't say Lyrics of Fury is crazy to me. Am I on the wrong album with Lyrics of Fury?
No, so it actually, you know what? No, it is on that. It's on the second album.
Okay, so
Yeah.
my joint in this journey, you're the journal, I'm the journalist. Am I eternal or an eternalist? Follow the leader is
Yes,
my
sir. Yes, sir.
joint. That's my
Yes, sir.
joint.
Yes, sir.
That's
And
my
I
joint.
think with me, what also would fall into that is I know it sounds crazy. Now we're talking about just a list. That's gonna make Lyrics of Fury is gonna make it with me every time. Every time. For me in my mindset, not that I don't enjoy listening to it riding down the street, but in my
Ah,
list, if I'm just making a tape and I'm riding to it on a mixtape because I got to, there's probably some other songs I'm gonna that I might not like as much, but I'm not saying that song definitely puts me in the driving mode. You know what I'm saying? Like
gotcha.
if I'm riding, it's gonna make my list every time. That Lyrics of Fury, we go 88 is gonna be top 5 every time.
Gotcha.
Every time. You're not gonna move me on that. But yeah, so that
Okay.
would be my thinking on that.
All right. Well, that makes sense. In that case, we don't have to do a top 10 because we're on two different wavelengths, I guess. Which makes sense because I said I was going with the popular joints on
Now,
this one.
now we can make that a whole nother joint. Like if you want to and come back to this joint on one of the next joints, and if
Yeah,
you
but
want to formulate it just a regular top 10,
we can come back to that later in time.
yeah, later in time, yeah.
Yeah,
We can come
yeah,
back to that because there's going to be a song or two that I didn't even mention for that purpose. You see what I'm saying? And there
gotcha.
might have been a song or two that I brought up because I'm riding to that I'm not going to bring up at all. Right? Different
Gotcha.
mindset for me whether I'm rolling, if I'm rolling and driving versus if I'm vibing. You see what I'm saying?
Word. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Totally, totally. I'm
yeah.
with you. All right, I'm gonna run them off real quick. I wrote them down, the
Go ahead.
15 from each of us. So, going back and forth between Prime and Source on our responses. Prime started off top billing. I said it takes two. Prime went with You Slipping. I said Posse on Broadway. Prime went with the Dope Man remix. Me, Symphony, Prime, Ugly People Be Quiet, Me, Vapors, Prime, You're a Customer. I went same album with Strictly Business. The Moment I Feared, I went Children's Story, same album again. Prime went Picking Boogers. I went Paper Thin. Prime went Getting Funky. I went Brand New Funk. That's the first half. Second half, Prime started with the Salt and Pepper, with the Salt solo, Let's Get Paid. I went with Supersonic. No, the ladies. I didn't even realize it was back to back ladies.
Yeah, it
Uh,
is.
then we had Big Daddy Kane. Prime went Raw. I went Ain't No Half Stepping. Prime when I Crammed to Understand You. Back to MC Light. I went Public Enemy, Black Steel, and the Hour Chaos. Prime went Time Is Up. I went Straight Out of Compton. Prime Beats to the Rhyme. I went Hammer. That's right. That's a replacement, but I'm standing by Hammer. Turn his mother out.
I am.
We both went BDP. Prime went I'm Still Number One. I went My Philosophy. Then last but not least, Prime went Public Enemy, Rebel Without a Pause. I went Eric B and Rakim, Follow the Leader.
Fire, man. Fire and fire. And I'm still feeling guilty about some other songs. But again, I had to put it in perspective on my
Yeah.
end on what I
Hmm.
was actually doing.
Yep.
You know, an album like we just talked about, I went with Getting Funky, right, by Kid and Play.
Hmm.
But I would have mentioned I listened to that was the banger, but I listened to um, last night
Last
and I
night.
listened to Undercover just as much as I listened to Getting Funky. But again, you know, Getting Funky was that joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I still should have Mona Lisa on my joint. So
yeah, yeah. Oh, I honestly I just didn't do Mona Lisa. I had it on the backup just in case, but I did want to slide something else in. But Mona Lisa could very easily, probably my second favorite Slick Rick song behind the moment I feared.
Can't knock that.
Yeah, storytelling at its finest. Fire list, man, fire list. So that was 1988. Mixtape we put together. We ride to. So the next time we do it, it will be a different year. And like Source said, at some point we're gonna come back to 88. When we're gonna go do a tops list, probably top 10, I guess. We're gonna have to do some narrowing down, which will be a fight. But we'll discuss how we're gonna do it because we'll both be fighting with ourselves.
Right.
So that is too hard, man. So that was dope. That was dope. You got anything you want to put out there for the people?
Oh, this week, Wednesday night, beat site for Wednesday. I'm saying it to y'all, and hopefully they come through. We're supposed to have producer Domingo, come through, and Rusty Jukes. So
Rusty Jukes?
yeah,
Rusty
man.
for real?
Yeah.
Oh, snap. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be
man.
dope.
Hopefully they both, they both follow through. But I don't know either of them very well, so I try not to count on them before they actually show up.
Right.
But they both said they locked in. Domingo hit me up actually, and Rusty Jukes. I talked to him before, but he knows Doom, so hopefully he'll be locked in as well.
Nice. Hey, real quick, I don't even have it up right now, you can pull it. But did you happen to read Skills' post yesterday?
I glanced at it. I was
Yo,
was on the move
it was like
yesterday.
9:45 in the morning, or whatever the time
Yeah,
was.
the
Thing that was
count.
on his
It was like 10 joints.
man. The joint was funny, fire, and some things that make you think all like wrapped into one. Like it was crazy. It was crazy. So
I'm gonna check it out.
go back and check that joint. That joint had me rolling. It's rolling, but it's some serious stuff in there. But it's funny. But it will make you think. He's thinking all this stuff, and honestly, there's been times in my life that in my day where I've thought about some things just as crazy, just as funny. So shout out to Skills, man. Those joints are crazy.
Word.
Yeah, we about to peel out of here. We finally about to get our first meeting of the year between Paige Beckers and, of course, Caitlin Clark, as the Wings are set to take on the Indiana Fever. They're about to tip off. So, Source and I both trying to see that.
Yeah.
But you make sure you check us out. We'll be back next time with some more sports, definitely some more music. And if you have any suggestions, hit us up in the inbox. All right. But till next time, with your boys, I'm Prime and that's Source. We out.